Equality means that UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is equal to the young intern at the UN who is dreaming about shaking his hand. It means that a wife is equal to her husband, a sister to her brother. Not better, not worse. They are equal.
To be American means to be equal. In 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed and stated, "We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. We believe that everyone deserves to be held to these standards. Women are constantly affected by discrimination and inequality."
Now women are held up to a much higher standard than before, but still experience sexism and high rates of assault. More women are standing up against inequality, an ideology called feminism.
Well, I would say that especially the first time I ran, there were 7 individuals that ran, and it was 6 men and myself. So when you have an open field, because it was an open seat, being a woman had me stand out. Because when you have a lot of candidates, the voters, it's hard for them to, keep everybody straight as to who said what and who stands for what. But one of the things that obviously would stand out pretty well is when I knock on their door, they remember, I was joking, they say, oh, it was Tom, Dick, or Harry, because they can't keep the guy straight, but that woman. So when they went to vote, they knew that Cheryl was the one that had been at their door. When I was first running, I knocked on a door, and I said, "Hi, I'm Cheryl Delozier, I'm running for State House. I'd like to ask you for your vote." And the individual that answered the door, an older man, looked at me and he said, "No." And I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Is there any particular reason?" He goes, "I don't vote for women." And I looked at him and I said, "Oh, we can disagree on policy and we can disagree on how things should be done, but to just disregard somebody as a candidate because of their gender or their race," but in this particular case it was he doesn't vote for women, that didn't go over too well. So I said, "Oh, so you don't think we have anything to add to the conversation?" He's like, "No." I really wanted to go back to that house and knock on his door and find out who he voted for, because every office but one was a woman. So he says he doesn't vote for women in politics, but obviously the electorate felt differently because both Republicans and Democrats that year put women up as candidates.
The 19th Amendment was the result of women's suffrage activists. In 1920, women were finally given the legal right to vote in all states. In the 1800s, women started protesting their inability to vote, marching, lobbying, writing, and causing disruption.
There is one thing I know for certain. It is that this has to stop. I started questioning gender-based assumptions a long time ago. When I was 8, I was confused being called bossy because I wanted to direct the plays that we would put on for our parents, but the boys were not. I am from Britain, and I think it is right that I am paid the same as my male counterparts.
College women are doing better, though that gap hasn't made it, but unmarried women, those non-college educated, and women who are widowed, single, divorced, or separated, are struggling.
Women shouldn't be in the kitchen because of their gender, but because they enjoy cooking. Women are confined into society's ideals, cooking and caring for her family. Women are expected to clean up the messes her family makes and are often the target audience of cleaning supplies.
I want to tell you a story that'll sort of give context to my being here and my work with UN Women. See, I had been in school watching a TV show in elementary school, and this commercial came on with the tagline for this dishwashing liquid, and the tagline said, "Women all over America are fighting greasy pots and pans." 2 boys from my class said, "Yeah, that's where women belong, in the kitchen." So I went home and I told my dad what had happened. And he encouraged me to write letters. So I did. Now, Now, my 11-year-old self worked out that if I really wanted someone to hear me, well, then I should write a letter to the First Lady. So off I went, scribbling away to our First Lady at the time, Hillary Clinton. I wrote to the soap manufacturer. And a few weeks went by, and to my surprise, I received letters of encouragement from Hillary Clinton, and it was roughly a month later when the soap manufacturer, Procter & Gamble, changed the commercial for their Ivory Clear dishwashing liquid. They changed it from "Women all over America are fighting greasy pots and pans" to "People all over America."